Hi, I'm Mike, and I have a really cool story to tell you. This is a true story about something that happened to a family. It was just a few days before Christmas, and a father and his mother and their two kids jumped into the car to go get their Christmas tree. And they like to cut their own tree down. So they have a saw with them. They drive out to a tree farm, get in there, and go on their search for that most perfect tree, and they found it. So they strapped it to the roof of the car and headed back home. While they were driving, a car rushes up to them, beeping their horn and flashing their lights. Well, they thought this was unusual and rolled down the window, and that's when the other car notified them that their tree had actually fallen off the roof of their car and hit the highway. So they thanked them, and they ended up waiting, till they looked for the nearest exit, got off, turned around, and went back to where they came from. Well, they couldn't find the tree. No matter where they looked, they couldn't find it. After looking all over the highway and kind of retracing their steps, they figured the tree must have fallen off the roof and rolled down the side of the embankment and into the grass or the field somewhere. So they pulled their car over to the side of the road. By this point, the kids are upset. They're crying because their Christmas tree's gone. It is very close to Christmas. I believe this may have been Christmas Eve, so there wasn't really enough time to get another tree. So they're really upset. So the dad goes out, and he's looking all along the side of the road and looking down into the embankments to see if he could find the tree, and he couldn't. Soon after, a police officer sees them parked on the side of the road, so he pulls over to see what was going on. When they told him the story, he decided to help them. But after a while, they realized they weren't going to find this tree. It was gone. So the father thanked the officer, and he felt bad because he was seeing the kids, how upset they were, but there was nothing he could do. So the father called the farmer, hoping that he would allow them to come back and pick a new tree out. You see, it was late now. It was about midnight, so the tree farm was closing up. Well, the farmer was nice enough to say, yeah, that's okay, come on back. I'll let you in. So they turn around and head back to the tree farm. They get to the tree farm, and the farmer opens it up, and it's dark now. So he gives them those hats, those coal miner hats with the flashlight on. So they head back out into the woods. They got their little hats on with the lights, and they go and look for a good tree, and they find one. They cut it down, go back to the car, they strap the car to the roof, and the father pulls out his wallet, and he hands the farmer the money, and he says, okay, so how much do I owe you? And the farmer says, put it back. You don't owe me nothing. Why don't you just consider this a gift from me to you? The father's like, what? Really? What? Seriously? He's like, yeah, it's okay. Merry Christmas. Well, while they were driving back home, they felt amazingly. They realized how this farmer, that's his livelihood right now. That's his money. That's how he's making his living, and yet he would do this for them. And they felt that, the goodness of people and the selflessness. Well, they get home, and there's a message on the answering machine. So they play it. It was the police officer. Everyone at the station got together and raised money to buy the family a new tree. The father was overwhelmed by this. He was absolutely overwhelmed. He couldn't believe the kindness in people. Most of us today lose our faith in people, and yet the farmer, the police officers, they all stepped up. So the father called the police back and said, hey, look, the farmer actually gave us a tree, and we're so grateful that you would do that for us. So, if you can, please donate that to a needy family. And so, the police officer did that. I wanted to share this story because I, like many of you, many days lose faith in people, lose faith in humanity. People are selfish. People can be nasty and mean. They'll judge you on things when they shouldn't. And when you think, there's nobody there, nobody who cares, nobody will help you, everybody's in their own world. People step up. And on this particular day, people stepped up and showed these selfless acts of kindness. And I just wanted to share that with you. I love that story, and I think it's really inspirational. So, thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Please be sure to subscribe by clicking here. And hey, while you're at it, visit my site here for lots of cool content and yes, some free stuff. Hey, who doesn't love free stuff? I don't. Shut up.